What's up, YouTube? Car221 here. Welcome back to another commentary for Coming of Heroes 2 Online. It is a replay. I'm being the Soviets this time. And yeah, when you do a trick is you can actually move the camera by doing Alt. So let's go over to me. This is a 4v4. Now, one of the things I did right off the bat was this map has different sectors. I want to pause real quick. This map has different sectors. You have the southern sector here, which has the fuel. You have, like, you can get flanked from the center here at this point. You have the center here, which has fuel also. Then you have the two northern victory points here and here. In this map, I feel more comfortable fighting in this northern area here and in the center than in the south. So immediately, I told my ally, this guy, it wasn't Men Good that assisted me. I think it might have been Men Good that assisted me. I told him that, I told him I'm not very good in the south because it's not that I'm not very good, it's that I really need help in the south generally, just because I don't know what it is about that part, but I usually would take over part of it and I just get pushed all the way back. And there's a lot of 4v4s, I mean, especially in the early beta days where I was like pushed back to here and couldn't even hold this point at some time. So south is very tricky. You usually need support unless your opponent sucks. Anyway, so I'm being the Soviets here. I'm going to start with a little bit different of a look at these buildings. Have we actually looked inside? Okay, getting distracted here. So what I'm going to be using in this is I think I'm actually going to get a sniper right off the bat. I've been messing with different Soviet builds. Like, I used to be all about the support, building the support building, which gave me the anti-tank gun, this field gun as it's called. It gave me the half-track. No, it didn't give me the half-track. Yeah, I don't think it gives me the half-track. It was, machine gun, mortar, and hold on. Am I getting confused here? Does anyone have a support comp? Whatever, we'll figure it out. Sorry, I forgot. I haven't built one of those in a really long time. I've been using the special rifle command here. I've been getting snipers out early because Soviet snipers are awesome, guys. Now, unfortunately, in this match, I kind of forget I have them because I'm so used to not really having them. Well, this is fairly interesting, guys. I have not seen this before. This guy is doing a pioneer rush. China War, his game. You can see he has literally 5 pioneers out. And his main thing is going on to build bunkers with machine guns. That's what he believes will stop me from advancing. Now, if we just look at him right now, his let's look at his resources. He does not have enough to build a machine gun. And plus we got it in an early stage. So theoretically these pioneers can kill my conscripts with their numbers, as you can see they are doing there. But now I'm getting those guys to shoot. I got my snipers coming up. I also got a scout car here. I was gonna put my snipers in it, but I need to rush it to aid. I'm using my scout car to ferry troops back and forth on the southern front. Anyway, I got myself a flamethrower. He's got more of these guys coming in. I'm getting my snipers into position here. It's already instant combat right off the bat. So the bunker can easily be taken down by this flamethrower, but I'm about to lose those guys, so I really need to pull them back. As you can see, this scout car can pretty much do whatever it wants, just for the sheer fact they do not have any Panzerfaust, right? And we have the snipers up here. And I'm going to have to pull these guys back because they're trying to shoot them. So they now have this machine gun out, which was their plan. But just pin those guys. I put them in the car as they were pinned, and now I'm going to evacuate them. So keep in mind, like, this stuff is kind of cool how you can use from trying to get the hell out of the range of their thing. You can, like, if your guys are pinned, you can put them in the car and get them the hell out of there. And I'm even going to try to chase down some of these guys. Now, if we look at the north, there's a big engagement up here with more pioneers. You have a sniper. I wonder if they were doing a pioneer rush too. Anyway, once again, thank you. Gray Fox was helping me out actually in this game. And so by him flanking from the north, because he has no resistance in the center, literally like nothing, that we're able to kind of help push on this sector. I mean, I do have the north secured pretty much, and the middle secured, and this area is secured with just some conscripts. Somebody asking what I'm doing? I'm getting some penal battalion. I love these units because, one, they get a flamethrower, and they can throw satchel charges, which will be great against those bunkers, right? As you can see, they're still engineers. They're still trying to fix this. And yeah. Plus, I can really just try to take over that point there. So, I did a video on my own mistake on the southern frontier. I think it was like one of the early ones. I'm using this, I think it's combined. It's, gosh, it's a guy with the hat. I'm trying to remember what doctrine that was that I chose. But it pretty much gives me the IS-2 and T-3485s and this strafing launch, which we will see are the Zimmerman attacks, the IL-2s. Deadly aircraft, especially in, what do you call it? It's not just in War Thunder, but it's very powerful. So, pretty much I got my snipers back who are coming. I got my penal troops. I'm just going to flank around because where he built this and he has no support. And I'm going to overdrive the hell out of there. Because I see this guy coming. And that could literally take out my men. So, thankfully, men is good. I'm getting help from all my allies here. I appreciate it a lot. He thankfully stalled that engine so I could get these guys back. And I even got those guys ready to repair. So as you can see, I threw a satchel charge onto this position, and I'm really just going to take it out because he has this guy's pinned over there. So my allies are going to be pushed because there's like no resistance really. They have some snipers in the middle here. Not to mention we have an anti-tank gun right there. So this guy's veterancy too. I don't think they have they might have overdrive actually. No, they don't. Not even veterancy 2. That's a pure German game. I'm wondering. Let's see. So these guys. So China's war should be taking the south. This guy should be taking the middle. Gahan should be taking that area. And Luke is up here. Let's just double check. So Luke is kind of fortifying good. He has that position. Luke is also taking that. And in the center we have... No. Okay, guys, if you're new to Company Heroes and you don't know, on every map, where your base is where you should take that sector. That's been going on since the beginning of Company Heroes Original. Look at this cool little thing. Like, for instance, this guy should not really be helping out.
Enemy infantry fighting on me.
Oh, check this out. My sniper just sniped the machine gunner. And this guy's got killed. One thing is I don't have anti-tank up yet. I don't know what he was doing with this guy, but it didn't have any vehicles. I mean, oh, he had the anti-tank gun there. It's kind of interesting how he's using his support half-track here to bring troops into the field. So as you can see, what's kind of interesting about this field, this southern area here, is that we're using our scout cars to quickly, at least I am, to transport my troops quickly back to the front. So it's a very light mobile war. The thing is, though, we have defenses and my allies are helping me out a lot. And he's building another bunker. And you can see I'm just going to try to flank around. I do not want those bunkers up. Meanwhile, China's war is in the north. I can't believe it's what I was talking about before. So, if you're on this side, and you're in the north, like this guy. Oh, nice seeing you on MD. You're going to be covering this northern area, right? If you are in a second, like the middle north, you will be covering this victory point, like Grey Fox. Well, Grey Fox should be covering that. If you are down here, Man Good should be covering the middle, which he is more or less trying to do. Except Grey Fox. Where the hell is Grey Fox? Theoretically, that's how it should go. If you're in the south, you're in the south. That's what they should be doing, generally speaking. I guess there's a little bit more of they haven't seemed to been able to like attack the north, so I guess Grey Fox and yeah, Grey Fox is kind of helping me out down here. And so pretty much my allies are helping me, and I'm gonna forget that these guys are in the bush because they're so well camouflaged. So that's one mistake I made in this game. Never had a Veterans or 2 scout car though, which is kind of nice. I would really love a. Ooh, they just built a heavy panzer corps. They skipped the middle one with Panzer IVs, which could be bad for them. Heaviest vehicles in the German army. So I don't know what China is doing. China is like not war game or something. China is game. You know, there you can actually. Here's a T-34 out. Remember the 10-minute rule, guys? Unless you're fighting the Soviets, you can get a vehicle. If you're fighting a Soviet player who has industrial Soviet war industry, it'll be about 6 minutes. I did that the other day to get a tank. But if you're fighting the Germans, it's a 10-minute window that they'll have a tank up generally, or a standard Soviet player. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you have some defenses. That's what beat me up when I was the Germans in the South. I showed a battle about that. It's called like 2 heavy tier 1. Oh, nice. He's got Panzerfaust. He's gonna back up there because his hammer is just damaged. His engine is just damaged. But they have such low health that yeah, they're gonna back up there. So I built all these bunkers here on my earlier video. Feel free to go check that. I have a playlist of all my videos. I think it's called Heavy Tier 1. I think it's like one of my first 6 videos. And so I put all these bunkers here, and then one T-34 came and just decimated me. So keep that in mind. I even have an Su-85 here. So at this point, I'm kind of seeing that my allies have firmly held this area. They're finally breaking through the north a little bit. You can see that guy's kind of frozen. But yeah, if you have a half-track with this flamethrower, that's very good at countering heavy Soviet infantry and stuff in the early game, at least. Get another Su-85. I'm also getting all these bulletins. Like I was telling my allies, hey, they have a Panzer Corps up. Beware, they might have a tank at some point. And one of the great things you can do, especially with a, I hate when people do this to me as the Germans, but when you have a, if you get the Tank of 1 Battalion command, you can get like a T-17. That's like that mini tank, right? Another sniper, China. I don't know what they were doing this game, to be honest. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of fun in their base. So, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so with the T-17, you can like go around enemy lines because it's small and just go raid their fuel caches. You can take out orbital blitz trucks. I don't know who really uses that anymore. I was trying to use that in one of the other games. I still love that doctrine. I mean, getting a Tiger tank, right? And look at me with my little scout car. I'm like, this probably isn't the best place for it. So it seems like, let's go to China. I'm really curious about what China. Look how much fuel he's floating. And doesn't even pick the doctrine. It's really, I think it's interesting that he brings a scout car up here. He could totally go to a different, he could have got a Tiger or something. He could have got at least a Panzer. You can see their defense is kind of just this. So we're kind of working together to take out these guys. The only thing I don't like about these guys is they don't have anti-tank grenades. I guess that'd be kind of overpowered. Anyway, I gotta pull back those men. I'm gonna start bringing out my Su-85s here. Now, one thing I noticed, I didn't even notice this before, but one thing I noticed in my last couple games, if you take off this exit focus sight, your tank will go a lot faster. Like, see how that guy's going slow, and then this guy's, well, this guy's just a little bit slower in the water. And we got taken out by the Su-85 because those things are like literally very light, and he crashed into a house. So I'm going to position, this is going to become my new front line here. I'm going to start getting a lot of these guys. And I'm kind of forgetting about my scout car. Keep in mind, I forgot about my snipers, unfortunately. I didn't realize that till like the end of the battle. So I'm just making more penal battalions because I believe I have enough. I'm just going to save fuel and maybe try to get the IS-2. So I'm just going to move up. As you can see how fast that guy's going compared to the guy with the focus sight. I'm going to start taking out the machine guns. Because if I take out these machine guns here, then I'll be able to like start moving to the base with infantry. Unfortunately, what I don't see are those guys, and then I immediately got to pull back. But by destroying that Leichten mechanized company, I will be taking out their ability to get more Panzer Grenadiers. Well, that was a nice hit. So I'm going to run in with my infantry now and try to take out that guy. I'm also got to pull these guys back because, you know, they're taking a lot of fire, especially from that pack. So I'm going to move in. And I'm gonna keep trying to get my penal battalions up. You can see them moving forward on the map. Oh, this is fun. I'm going to throw a satchel charge on these guys, I believe. Or will I bother? Yep, there I am. There's a satchel charge. And that pretty much destroyed that. I killed some of my own men, unfortunately. And I think that helped finish off. Yeah, they can't get any more Panzer Grenadiers here. I'm trying to get rid of these guys that are upgraded with 120 munitions. Unfortunately, we're literally getting wiped out by these guys, so I gotta pull back. So it seems like I can only really keep like one penal battalion or conscript at the front at a time. Anyway, those sapphires are so much fun to use. You can even get a bulletin for your penal troops to give them like some more accuracy or something. That's how they're countering our tanks, by the way. You can even get a bulletin that will allow you to, if you take out mortars with satchel charges, it'll even allow you to, give you like some advantage, like 3% accuracy or something. Or maybe satchel charges are cheaper, I think that's it. Keep in mind, Su-85s are pretty vulnerable, and with all the, these Veterans E2 Panzer Grenadiers, I mean, they're starting to go on a counter-offensive with our armor. So they're going to start breaking out here. But as you can see, there are like literally light tanks everywhere. Like we've exploded because we have all the fuel, right? 60 fuel a minute? How much are they getting? 13. Look at the difference there. So it's all quiet on my front. I'm saving up some troops here. They are pushing back the my allies in the center. I mean, what are you gonna do? You got an Su-85 and you got a bunch of anti-tank. I mean, you're gonna die. Oh, he did run over the wreckage of a, he did run over the wreckage of a scout car. Now, they have a Tiger. And I was like, holy beep, guys, it's a freaking Tiger. And look, we're not even penetrating him. We're not even penetrating his armor. So I'm going to throw some satchel charges. I know my tanks are dead, right? They're pretty much dead. There's no question about that. I'm going to throw a satchel charge on these guys. I'm starting to withdraw. Meanwhile, it damaged its engine and critically hurt it even more than my own tanks, and I managed to get rid of it. Unfortunately, Veterans E3 Panzer Grenadiers are going to wipe out my tank. So I got rid of a Tiger with that satchel charge. Keep in mind, do not underestimate those. I mean, that really hurt him. And my guy decided to stop for a picnic, and I'm like, go. He was gone anyway. Now I got some very close area support. Meanwhile, I dropped these troops off of the front. I'm bringing more troops in. I'm trying to ferry. It's a little hard to ferry troops back and forth. But as you can see, his Veterans E Panzer Grenadiers here, I mean, they're going to come under a lot of fire, and he's just going to let them, yeah, it's a Sturmovik. Probably a waste of that many munitions there, but... And not to mention, he's shooting his damn... He's trying to hurt my own men here. So I'll pretty much cover that area. Let's see how we're going up north. Up north... Going a little out of control. Heavy defenses up here. And they even have the victory point. So these guys are holding on. I mean, that Tiger really scared me. But China's base is pretty much destroyed. Did he build one of these new things? Why would you build... Oh, I was going to say, I thought they were two of the same building. Yeah. Yeah, this medic station is very good for German players. Really, German players that know their stuff, they generally build one of these. I just never have the time to build them. I don't know. You know, we got another armored column coming in. He's not so much worried about, oh, that sniper's in deep trouble. And there goes Hans. Look, like when your opponents have these Sturmovik attacks, be very careful, because guess what? Well, one, he has two of these Su-76s, which are great for taking out infantry. Just keep that in mind. Anti-infantry, while the Su-85 is anti-tank. Meanwhile, you're not seeing much from me. I'm trying to like retrain my men here, and I tried to put those guys in there, the machine gun, but they can't apparently with heavy weapons. As you can see, his infantry just got decimated pretty much. And I don't know whose that is, but... Oh, bombs. He blew up his own thing with the bombs. As you can see, we're pretty much pushing in. The northern area, you know, they're really not doing a bad job. I mean, they do have some tanks up here. And they've taken the VP, but it's only a matter of time because the south is where it matters right now. So we're breaking through, and you can see I've just called it an IS-2, baby. I don't get to call these in very much, so when I can, I'm very excited. So, they called smoke, right? And I see all these men, and I'm like, oh my goodness, call it on it. Call it on that. We're going to see these guys get utterly decimated right here. And they can't retreat, right? Because that's where their base is. This is incredibly cheap, and I would not recommend doing this if you don't want to get, if you don't want to be like a jerk. But then again, they just bombed my guys and wiped out those guys. But look at this. Do you see how many guys just died right there? And this is going to keep going. I wonder if it'll kill the medics. That was brutal. Like, it literally massacred whatever they had left. And yet, this guy is still alive somehow. Oh my gosh, they're going in again. And then my IS-2 is like, hello. The only guy that can actually hurt us. Once again, kind of like a pioneer spam this game. I'm really trying to get rid of these guys here. Because they are hurting me, and they're just growing in number. So now I got rid of 2 of them, and then he got wiped out. Look at that. And my IS-2 is literally going to help take out these guys. Watch. 4 men, 1 hit. So now we're not even on the China's base. China's base is way down here. I'm going after the medic stand, but we've pretty much... We were able to push up north here. They didn't really have too much to defend. And then the IS-2 carnage right here. I even have some of these conscripts in here for no reason. And that was game. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was quite a fun match to get some IS-2s out. You can see, definitely don't spam Pioneers. I mean, they were, I guess you could say Pioneer spam was kind of good in Company Heroes 1. But don't do it in this one. It clearly doesn't work. Anyway, keep in mind that I was able to communicate with my team. They were able to help me out in the south, which helped me push that tide there. And that communication is key, especially in these larger team games. You can talk and coordinate stuff with your allies. Try to talk to them because these guys might not have been communicating with each other, and that's probably why they lost. And the great ability, especially letting Gray Fox help me out along with Men. What's his name? Men, good sub. Thank you for helping me out in this match here. I really appreciate it. And it's going to 2 on time. Signing off. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and leave a comment on what you want to see next for Company of Heroes 2.